Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Sometime last year, Onyema, the boss of Airpeace, was under fire for allegedly getting funds fraudulently to start up Airpeace. A lot of things were said, a lot of events unfolded where it was said that even Airpeace itself, the airline, had a lot of fraudulent activities that it underwent prior to that time. The matter came up. That's of course after he came to rescue Nigerians during the xenophobic attack by South Africans to Nigerians in South Africa. A lot of things came up, and somehow he weathered the storm. Well, fairly recently, another allegation had come up over the same matter, but it will amaze you really where his supporters, those who are backing Onyema, and this time around they're backing him with everything they got. It will shock you, and the things they said that will wow you. But before we go into the newspaper and further analysis, would you like it to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. The Arewa Youth Consultative Forum, AYCF, has cautioned Nigerians against blackmailing successful businessmen and women who are contributing to the economy of Nigeria through job creation. AYCF National President Onyema gave the caution while reacting to a report of blackmail against the chairman of Airpeace, Onyema. Reports had it that one Austin Oganana had alleged that Onyema fraudulently acquired a loan used as a startup capital for Airpeace. However, Shettima described Oganana's claim as false and cheap blackmail for failing to provide adequate details to back his allegations. Shettima, in a statement, said cautioned Nigerians against falsehood aimed at tarnishing the image of private investors. And the AYCF national president expressed the belief that the Airpeace boss started his business on a legitimate ground, stressing that no bank would give out loans without proper documentation, which is very true. He further described the allegations against Onyema as ridiculous. According to Shettima, the main aim of the blackmailer was to bring down Onyema and his airline. He said the blackmailer used an old news report about alleged financial mismanagement by a former chairman of the Presidential Amnesty Program, that's Mr. Kingsley Kuku, and mixed up facts while trying in vain to insert the Airpeace's CEO's name in the tirade. This blackmailer, who is based in the United States, is well known for this dirty game, and he is no other than Mr. Austin Oganana. Our independent checks as the CS, so that's communities, society, civil society organization, had revealed that the Airpeace CEO, Chief Onyema, got his startup capital for the business through legitimate bank loans, and no Nigerian bank gives that loan without thorough paperwork. This also means that if Mr. Oganana was out for a cheap blackmail, he would have confronted Mr. Onyema with questions on how he got startup capital. We have also established that the unsubstantial claims in the news story targeted at Airpeace CEO Chief Onyema was entirely false, as our independent investigations have now confirmed. We condemn this cheap and dirty means of extortion through painting innocent compatriots in black by mixing up wrong information and tying it to an individual investor and his investment. They said the CEO struggled for money as a startup for Peace Air, that's Airpeace, and gave the year he started the purported struggle as 2015, but admitted elsewhere that the company started operation in 2013. That's even the details are not even rhyming. They're actually they are not rhyming there. That's true. So this is quite ridiculous, and it's exposed the underbelly of the blackmailer and his media associates in the easy money spinning venture. The AYCF national president warned that picking on big-time investors could dent the image of investors. Shettima urged all Nigerians to stand up against such acts of blackmailing indigent investors. The AYCF says enough of this band of professional blackmailers picking on big-time investors as targets for fake online media campaign of intimidation and harassment. This is quite interesting. One would have expected that people who would come to his rescue and aid would have been the Ndibos, okay, because he is obviously an Igbo man. But no, while Igbos are actually supporting him, no doubt, but the fact that one who has standing strong and encouraging all Nigerians to also stand strong, and support their indigenous investors is actually Arewa. I'm talking about the Northern youth, and this is very commendable. If we continue in this style, let's take a quick one. We're assuming now. Of course, we all know that this whole matter was trashed sometime last year. All right, it was trashed, and it's really amazing that it's coming up again. I guess some sort of a media trial is just about to play out. Thank God for the outcry of some prominent Nigerians who are saying, look, let this matter that it doesn't add up. How can you say Onyema started up his Airpeace, his company, as at 2015, only for it to see sometime in 2013 when he was struggling to start up? That means he actually started up before 2015, so it wasn't really adding up. This whole thing was trashed, and Onyema came up and debunked a lot of things, and even challenged certain quarters they should bring out documentation, facts, and figures, which that was truly thoroughly trashed. It's really amazing it's coming up. But a quick one. Let's assume that this looting that Nigerians are always very able, corrupt politicians who it has now become a trading stock for them now to be, looting Nigeria, looting the country dry. Let's assume that when they loot this money, they don't get and stock it somewhere in diaspora, foreign countries. If they have brought it and opened an indigenous company and employed the youth, honestly, we won't have this level of GDP we are having now. Our export-import forex won't be this terrible, and the unemployment rate won't be this overwhelming. The market is overwhelming with unemployment rate, and that is also increasing insecurity. Because, there's a general saying, an idle man is the devil's workshop. The youth will have gotten something to do. Look at Innocent. Innocent is employing people. Look at Dangote. They are employing people simply because it's strictly indigenous, strictly Nigerian. And we should learn to patronize, not just supporting, encouraging them by our words. We should also support them by patronizing them. And this is another person, our own very own Onyema, who's also an indigenous investor. Encourage him. Encourage his investment. Honestly, this is kudos to Shetima. This one, I'll give him a thumb up. If we can always... Do you honestly think that Nigerians, though, there are countries who have terrible people, but they are covering theirs, But let's keep encouraging our own, keep celebrating our own. If we can, each time they try to invest, encourage them. It's obviously as it is now, it's almost impossible to stop looting. Almost impossible, because it's not almost a Nigerian thing. It's not almost a Nigerian factor. I'm not saying that it's not possible to stop it, but right now, Nigerians are looking almost helplessly. We keep hearing issues of, media trial of looted funds that are not being recovered. We are almost helpless in the situation. But while we're at it, if we can even encourage them that they finish looting, since we can't impeach them. It's possible, but it's almost as if it's in Nigeria is almost an impossible task. You see, if you can't impeach them, then by all means let them invest, instead of stashing those monies somewhere abroad and empowering and encouraging and flourishing the economy of the foreigners. Bring those monies you have looted down to Nigeria, invest it, bring it into a company form, and let people get employed, get paid. That way, even the economy of Nigeria will boom. Although I'm not encouraging looting, but as it is right now, I'm feeling okay. While we are yet looking for ways to curb it, let's do this. But to me, I don't encourage looting. It's not. In fact, for every time you loot, the economy of Nigeria suffers a great blow. But as it is, instead of losing both ways, we should just think of it. But this one, Onyema has come out before now and has debunked his being into any form of fraud. But let's quickly take one or two statements over this matter. This one here is saying, I am with Yerima Shetima on this. The useless blackmailers are just paying that Chief Onyema invested his money in Nigeria to grow Nigeria economy, unlike some empty heads that all they know is to carry our wealth to foreign land. That's about the same thing I said, but this time around, Onyema he didn't even loot. Okay, this is strictly private businessman making his money private, in a legit manner, and it should be encouraged. This one here is saying, There are always two sides to the story. Meanwhile, if Allen alleged stolen wealth are locally invested in this manner, not dominant houses and estates with no employment creation means Nigeria would definitely have been great and unemployment would even be a problem, given the fact so much has been stolen. So in fact, people would be migrating to Nigeria to look for jobs if those money stolen were converted for businesses and create job. This is really interesting. Well, just the last one I'll take and we'll shut down. So here's on the U.S. Department of Justice is lying on Onyema, who is talking of bank loans when the U.S. authorities have documents as evidence showing direct purchases by Onyema from U.S. aviation companies using cash stolen by Kingsley Kuku and channeled through him to be laundered. Bridge building after quick notice. Chitima will not stop playing Ludo with some people's brain. As in, I don't know what he means, but let's meet in the comment section. What's your take on this? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for more updates on these.